So yeah, introduce yourself, bro.
Trott, known as Gym Guy Kai. So I've always fought at cruiserweight or light heavyweight. I've had 5 fights at cruiserweight, and then I had 1 years ago. So overall, my record is 5 wins, 2 losses.
Fair enough. And you said you started a charity football team.
Yeah. So my team here, the People's FC, which people know me for. I founded them because I found a family friend take his own life in a local park, and the reason I actually got into boxing as well is because the guy that scored our first ever goal was a friend of mine called Carl. He lost his battle with mental health as well, so that's actually why I got into boxing, to do something to raise money for mine, to raise money for Calm, all the other mental health charities. And ever since then I've just enjoyed boxing and stayed doing it. I was only meant to do 1 charity fight, and then now I'm here.
You're good enough. And how's camp going?
Yeah, the last 2 camps that I've done have been good. My issue's been I kept going out partying, doing the stupid things like that, not taking it serious. This one, on the other hand, and the last one, I took serious. No drinking, just constantly training, and it's been the main focus has been the fight and nothing else.
Fair enough. So you're solid, you're on it.
I hope so. We'll see on the night.
Says here your opponent Scott Riley's come off 2 fights with the current lightweight champion Kai. What do you make of him?
Do you know what? I've watched the last fight that he had with him, and I'll throw it out there completely. I'm never going to tell anyone that I'm a skilled, great boxer. What I am, I've got heart. I like going into scraps, and I'll say that he's a better boxer than me. He's technically better than me, but he's not going to have fitness. He's not going to have strength, and he's not going to be as quick as me, I don't think, but he's just going to be a lot technically better. That's what I think from watching his fights, but we'll see on the night again.
How can you describe your fight style in 3 words?
I'd say I'm definitely a pressure fighter. My dad always says I've got one mode, and that's kill, and that's just go, which isn't actually a good thing. It's probably the reason why I've lost 2 of my fights is because of that. But then at the same time is why I've won my other fights. But I'm not going to do that this fight. I'm hoping to stay calm in this fight, pick my shots rather than go and rush in and just try and make it a scrap.
That's the thing, that if you lose, you learn from it as well.
Yeah.
You learn, you improve.
My first ever loss was my favourite fight because I learned so much from it, and it was just an all-out war for 3 rounds. But I learned more from that fight than I did any other.
Literally, I agree with that. Literally, you touched us earlier about mental health. So, like you said, you're the founder of People's FC, a YouTube team that raise awareness for mental health. What made you passionate about mental health, guy? Could you reiterate that, please?
Well, with obviously the reason I created the People's FC, finding Michael, it changed a lot in my life. I found him take his own life in a local park, literally down the road from here where I grew up in Plumstead. After then, it kind of affected a few things in my life. I wasn't as confident as I used to be. I got a little bit ill from it after, and then losing my brother Carlos as well, one of my best friends growing up, to the same thing. And then another person that we lost as well was a sponsor of the People's FC. That's why I've got it back there. That's why I do it for everyone. That's why I'm passionate, because it's affected me in my own life. I've had to do it with my own family, my mum, my nan. And I just think as the years go on, more and more people are getting affected by it.
Yeah, how's the club doing? How's the team doing?
Yeah, we're alright. We're doing alright. The team's doing good. We got a new manager in. One of my pals, Ted. He's played for us for years. He's decided to put me up front. I've scored 15 in 5 somehow. I don't know how. I'm putting it down to Ted. But yeah, we're top of the league, undefeated, only team not to lose a game yet in our league. So we're doing alright. We're up to £43,000 we've raised for charity. So we're doing alright. We're doing alright. I'll never be able to do that again. So I'm taking it.
Fair enough. You recently won the WBI Cruiserweight title on another show. Describe what that feeling was like for you.
Well, when I first started doing this boxing thing, after my first charity fight, I said, cool, I'm going to go until I win a belt. And it seems to be every fight that I have, I'm like, no, this is the last one. This is the last one. And then after winning that belt in the last one, I didn't win it the way I wanted to. I would have preferred it to be a longer fight. But for me, that's been the goal since day one, since I started boxing, was after that charity fight to win a belt. And that's what we've got, and now we're just going to see where we go from here.
Fair enough. Last 3 questions here. Why should the DFC audience be excited to watch you fight?
Because I'm not going to go into a fight ever scared. I'm never going to be scared of an opponent, and I've got power to know that like, I'm always going to think I've got more power than my opponent in fights. And I know that even if they are a more skilled fighter than me, they've got to hit me 10 times, I've only got to hit them once. And that's where I'm hoping my power can come into play.
Fair enough. If you had one message for Scott Riley, what would it be?
I don't need to do I'm just going to say, we're both in there, respect to both of us getting into the ring. May the best man come out after, we'll have a beer after or something. I don't drink beer, JD and Coke, but we'll do something after. Don't need to do no shit talk. That's not who I am. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully it's a good fight for both of us, both learn from it, and we have a good fight and we put on the show for everyone supporting us.
Yeah, you're on the respect thing.
Yeah, I can't, that's not who I am to go out and start talking shit about people. I don't really know him either. So.
No, I understand, like, a lot of boxers, like, it's such like you go in there for like a proper scrap, and then after you shake the guy's hands. Like, nothing else has that. You don't fight someone and shake their hand afterwards.
That's what I mean, you never see that in anywhere else apart from in this sport. And that's why, another reason why I love boxing, because you can go and punch someone in the head for 6 minutes and then you go shake hands after and give each other a cuddle. Like, I had a geezer who broke my nose with one of my fights, and I've chatted to him every single day now. He donates to all my charity causes and stuff. He's just won his first belt the other day as well. So that's a beautiful thing of the sport.
Fair enough. Alright, last question. Can we get a prediction from you how you get the job done on December 15th?
Personally, I feel like the power is going to come into play. This is what I'm hoping for, that I'm going to land the shot that just completely puts him out, and then we go from there. But he's got the same intentions for me. Hopefully I can be the one with more power to do it.
Fair enough. Good. So DFC is all about, like, for young kids, like, to show them, like, put the knives down, get to boxing. What would you advise for, like, kids that, like how do you advise kids, like, get to boxing? What's, like, the pros and cons?
Well, let's put it this way. I started coming to my family's gym when I was 14 years old, after being kicked out of both of my schools because I thought I was a little hood rat kid. I come into this gym for the first time when I was 14, and I heard someone who I know to this day, who trains me now, punching the punching bag, and I actually thought, you know what, I'm not really about it like that. There's always going to be someone bigger than you, and there's always going to be someone better than you. This knife crime, road life thing, it's not going to be worth it when you're 30. You might as well just stop doing it. Go get into a sport, use your time wisely, get into football, get into anything that you enjoy. It hasn't got to be a sport, it could be art, reading, anything. Just don't bother with the road life. It's not on it, it's not a thing.
Yeah, I agree. Well, okay. Thank you, bro.
Some of DFC's greatest ever fighters have come from Kent. Affectionately dubbed as the Garden of England, it just serves to prove the old adage true, that it is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Join us this December as the Warriors of DFC make a valiant return to England's very own garden. Ladies and gents, we're coming back to Kent.